What is up, guys? Welcome to a Labor Day stream. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day. If you do have to work today, it is what it is, right? Keep grinding, get your money, and keep dollar cost averaging in, right? Keep your eyes on the prize. Dollar cost average in, long term, no more work, right? And you can celebrate Labor Day without having to do any labor. That's the goal, right? Welcome, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Nice Monday out there. I'm down in Florida. Great. We're going to be getting the grill going, hanging out with the family out by the pool, stuff like that. I'm actually going to a car event, I believe, with a friend. Going to bring the Audi out there and hopefully roast some people. Rodney, what's going on, brother? What is going on, guys? Again, welcome. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let's jump right into it, guys. So right now, Bitcoin right now sitting at around 58,600. We did have a nice little run earlier today, and we are staying on the run at 58,800. Looks where we topped out. So it doesn't look terrible. Actually going to paint out this nice little bull flag that we might have playing out here. This could be setting up. And you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let it play out because last Sunday, we're going to treat today like a Sunday, right? Because the markets are closed, right? Tomorrow the markets open up. I'm not going to say anything because last Sunday I was like, oh, the markets are going to do great, blah, 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 blah. And you guys remember how the week basically played out. So I'm just going to keep it quiet. We have a bull flag that looks like it's curated right here. So we'll see how this plays out in regards to that. But not looking bad today, guys. Solana right now sitting pretty much the same thing, 133. I actually opened up a beautiful long, if you guys remember, members only stream yesterday. We did a members only stream. Make sure my mic, yep, I'm good. We did a members only stream. Usually we do members only streams on Sunday. I did call out that I was going to be opening up a long position yesterday. I actually opened it up. This was yesterday, if I believe. Yeah, this was. I told you guys that anything below this 130, 128 mark, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. I'm like confused here because I'm on the 5-minute chart. So I opened up something somewhere around down here, and obviously you guys can see how it played out. I closed my long somewhere around 110% gain. Very, very nice. So definitely played out very well as of yesterday. I did end up closing it out a little early. Right now it actually would be up a little bit higher, but I did close it just because the way the markets have been running recently. You guys can see we technically have not really secured over this this trend line, right? You guys can see obviously right now we are over it, but we have broke above plenty of times, and not for only to come right back down and be right below this trend line, coming back down towards around this 128. So we'll see how it plays out, guys. But today the markets do not look bad at all. Looking at the bubbles for today, you guys can see a lot of alts are doing great. Ordinals is killing it right now, up 13%. Shout out to the Ordi Bros. Popcat coming out of nowhere again, coming for a run, almost 13%. Uniswap doing really well. Sats doing really well. Ordinals and Sats, those are going to be your BRC20 Bitcoin ecosystem tokens that are running on the Bitcoin ecosystem, so doing really well. Helium still killing it. Flow, HBAR actually coming up. We haven't talked about HBAR in a while, but you guys can see the gist of it. Pretty much green across the board, looking fantastic for today. So we'll see if this sets us up for a solid week coming up. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, believe it or not, we're having a decent day. We've actually went down a little bit more. Yesterday we were at around 46. We are at 43 right now, right on the hairline of getting into a fearish, market. So not looking terrible, honestly. If we get into fear, historically speaking, if you bought in at extreme fear or fear and you were able to hold, you actually end up, if you have patience, obviously, right? If you end up buying in the market around those times, historically speaking, you end up doing really well if you're able to have patience and hold on. So we're getting into some times right now where I think, honestly, tomorrow when the numbers come back out, if we can continue to stay on this run, we're most likely going to stay. I'm sorry, I was looking at something. We're most likely going to, get a little bit higher up into the neutral level. I don't think we're going to be getting into extreme fear or even fear itself, unless tomorrow the markets, for whatever reason, have a little dump. Right now, you guys can see a couple things. Bitcoin dominance, 56.3%, very high. 24-hour volume for the whole crypto space, up 46%, guys. Out of nowhere, you can see today we're seeing a surge of money coming into the market. Market cap's up 1.15%. So like I said, across the board, looks like a great day today, right? Looks like a great day, obviously coming off of some bad days that we've had, bad weeks, coming that we've seen in the last few weeks. So we'll take these green days. We'll take it. We just want to see consecutive days like this, right? Usually how it's been is we see these days and then tomorrow pops up and then we're back down, right? And I think that's what has been mentally playing with a lot of people and their emotions, is these days where we're up a little bit and then we go right back down, or we come down and we start breaking even lower lows for the local time that we've been in, right? Obviously we're not making any all-time lows or anything like that, but if you look at the last month, we keep breaking new lows, other than that giga drop that we did see in Bitcoin at around 49,000, right? That was just a giga drop. Don't really consider those. But as far as the trend, us coming down, if you really look at it, we've been steadily making lower lows in the last week or two. So we'll see how this plays out, guys. But honestly, not really too worried on my end. Just been really just taking advantage of these drops, especially yesterday. We did see a big drop, picked up more ordinals when we dropped below our buy zone right here at the 2640. Took advantage of it, and obviously right now sitting beautifully in the green off of just this run right here. Off of everything that I have in ordinals, I'm up, a nice amount right now, believe it or not, just from this pump that we've seen today. So imagine me holding long term. The markets, we get back up and running. Ordinals is running $50, $60, $70, $80, $90. Imagine, how this is going to play out, for ordinals particularly. So that's why I just been kind of just putting everything aside. Gets down to this area that I want to, keep accumulating, which is below the 2650. Right when it gets around that 2650, I start buying in small amounts. If we see a big drop below the 2650, like we've seen a few times, I start buying in bigger chunks, right? Just accumulating, slowly just getting to where I want to as a goal for, my bag for ordinals. So definitely see how that plays out, but I think good things are ahead of us, guys. So let's jump into a couple of things here. Let's see here. So we have an article right here. So key week for Bitcoin and the dollar index. So this week's slew of U.S. economic data will determine whether the dollar continues to weaken, offering a tailwind to Bitcoin and other risk assets. So let's see here. So Tuesday's U.S. manufacturing data is likely to show a continued contraction, signaling a weakness in the dollar index and a strength in Bitcoin. Traders should watch out for an August-like growth scare in risk assets. Friday's U.S. jobs data could extend the dollar's weakness. So Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency by market value, fell over 10% in the 7 days into September 1st. Hold on. Did I read that correctly? Fell over 10% in the 7 days to September 1st. Yep. Reversing the preceding's weak price bounce as a decline in the dollar index stalled. The slew of U.S. economic data due this week will likely determine whether the dollar resumes the 2-month weakening trend, offering a tailwind for risk assets, including the cryptocurrencies. The economic releases start Tuesday with an Institute of Supply Management, ISM, Manufacturing Purchase Managers Index, the PMI, for August. According to the Forex Live, the consensus is that the index will rise to 47.5 from July's 46.8, which signaling a sharpest contraction in factory activity since November 2023. A weakness reading will strengthen the case for the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, sending the dollar lower and boosting demands for riskier assets. Interest rate markets are already pricing in a 70% chance of a 25 basis point cut and a 30% chance of a 50% basis point cut in September, according to the CME FedWatch tool. And you know what? Let's pull that up real quick. So we have the what they're talking about is this chart right here. So let's see here. So you guys can see on here, we basically, this is going to be what we're going to be looking at. We have the September FOMC meeting in a little bit over 2 weeks. And what they're basically saying is what we've been saying, right? 69% right now, the market is priced in or calling for some kind of a 0.25%, possible 0.5, 0.5%. And you have 31% of the market calling for some kind of a half to a 0.75%. I told you guys I was on the fence of a half to a quarter, depending on what we see as far as the numbers for this week is really going to seal the deal. I believe, just like this article saying, on what they're going to do. Right now, I'm leaning. I'm like 40-60. I'm 60% saying that they're probably going to go slow, 0.25%, 40%, possibly doing some kind of a 0.5%. Depending on what the numbers come out today, or I'm sorry, this week, could change my predictions. And also these numbers right here are going to fluctuate as this week as we continue. So we'll see how this plays out. The Chadma, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. You said check Colossus on base up only. All right, brother, I'll check that out. Appreciate the super chat, bro. So finishing off, rate cuts are good for Bitcoin as it's particularly sensitive to the monetary liquidity conditions. Seen as a risk asset with no cash flow or margins to get hit in a slowdown. Let's see here. A weaker US dollar is good for the Bitcoin, or BTC, as it tends to boost monetary liquidity by lowering the cost of capital. Plus, expectations of continued dollar weakness highlight the utility of a dollar hedge and should boost spending power in other jurisdictions. And the dollar is a dominator of the most quoted pair, Bitcoin USD. So with that said, July's weaker than expected ISM PMI released August 1st triggered recession fears, weighing on risk assets even as the dollar dropped. Bitcoin fell 3.7% to 62.3 that day. Traders therefore should watch out for a growth scare should the PMI come in worse than expected. Let's actually see here. So let's look real quick at what they're expecting us to see. Let me move to the 2-hour chart, and we have this is basically our week that we have ahead of here. So this is the ISM manufacturing PMI. It's forecast to come out 47.5. Previous was 46.8, right? So what this article, and I'm going to have to read back what it's saying, is that July's weaker than expected. This was last month or 2 months ago. Expected ISM PMI release August 1st triggered a recession fears weighing on our risk assets. So what are they saying? That we need to see, should the PMI come in worse than expected? All right. So what they're saying is that right now it's forecast to be 47.5, right? If we see anything under 47.5, they're saying that it's going to be bad for the market. If we see forecast met or anything comes higher, what they're expecting is that the markets could be doing better, right? Or it could trigger some kind of a run in the market, given that the recession fears that we all know that we were talking about at the beginning of August. With the high unemployment rates, we saw some macro numbers coming out, kind of triggering that we could be in the brinks of some kind of recession. And on top of that, we saw Jerome Powell come out at the Fort Cox, and he was real fixated on unemployment. And I think, like I was telling you guys weeks ago, I guarantee that 4.3 unemployment rate number is probably a lot higher. And obviously, Jerome Powell can see the actual numbers. And that's why he was so fixated talking about unemployment so much, because I think unemployment is at that thin hairline where if they don't start reducing interest rates and start giving relief to the big corporations, the economy, right, you're going to see unemployment spiral out of control, and there's going to be nothing you can do to get us out of some kind of even if it's a short-term recession, right? So with that being said, something like this could further give strength to the markets, letting us know that, you know what, last month, August, was a scare, but it looks like things are kind of going into the way of probably no recession, right? I feel like we've been talking about the recession for the last like 2.5 years, right? And I would bet that when we look back in history 10 years from now, we probably were in a recession, right? They like to change things around and change the definitions of recessions in this last few years with this administration that we have. So, but we have that's going to be obviously for tomorrow, the 3rd, dropping. We'll cover that as well. We have the JOLTS job openings. We also have ISM service PMI. That's going to be for September. And then we have unemployment rate, which I've been telling you guys, I think that's probably going to be the more bigger catalyst. That's going to be on Friday of this week. I think that is what's going to really start causing some volatility. Hopefully we don't see a big spike in unemployment, because if that's, if we see unemployment continue to spike up like we have been moving fast, those recession fears are going to continue. Recession, bad for market. Just remember, recession, bad for market. So, believe that was pretty much it. We'll finish off here. So later this week, the focus will shift to the jobs, JOLTS jobs opening data due this Wednesday, ISM service PMI, ADP, and weekly jobless claims on Thursday. And the main event on the week is August non-farm payroll, the unemployment that I just spoke of on Friday. If the consensus is right about Friday jobs report, 165,000 jobs gains and a drop in unemployment rate back to 4.2, then the market's pricing will firm up just a 25 basis point cut as the start of the Fed easing cycle on the 18th of September. However, according to ING's U.S. economics, the payroll could show addition of just 125,000 jobs added and an uptick in jobless rate to 4.4%, resulting in a continued drop in the U.S. dollar. So I'm guessing what they're saying is what I said was completely wrong. They're saying off of this article that if we do see the unemployment actually come up higher than expected, right? So right now they're expecting for the unemployment to come. So last was 4.3, right? They're expecting it to drop to 4.2. But this article is stating that if we see 4.4, right, higher than expected, higher than last month's, then we could see the US dollar actually weaken. Usually with that happening, Bitcoin risk assets actually will do an inverse, which would usually move the markets up. So big week, right? I feel like we're like every few weeks, it's like we're going through this. It's another big week with macro numbers. So if you guys are wondering this week, why are the freaking markets, just back and forth? We have a lot of freaking numbers and data numbers coming out this week. So, and we will cover this whole week as we move. So make sure you guys are basically subscribed and, just have your popcorn ready. And if we see any freaking dips, take advantage of them. The next article, if you guys can see my thumbnail, we have crypto leaders plan to raise $100,000 for Kamala Harris to influence crypto's policy. I'm not getting political. I don't know how much I believe in all this stuff because we know how much these people hate crypto, but we'll see. So we'll read the article. A group of crypto industry leaders is organizing a fundraiser to support U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, aiming to influence her stance on cryptocurrency should she win the presidential election in November. The fundraiser, scheduled for September 13th in Washington, D.C., seeks to raise $100,000 with ticket prices ranging from $500 to $5,000, according to the report from Reuters. The initiative, spearheaded by the Blockchain Foundation, shows that some in the crypto community support Harris over her rival, Donald Trump, despite her relatively muted position on cryptocurrencies. Harris leads Trump in national polls. I don't know how much I believe those polls, but we'll see. Harris currently holds a narrow 3.2% lead over Trump in national polls. She has managed to maintain a lead since September the 1st, when President Joe Biden announced his decision not to seek re-election and endorse Kamala Harris. You mean when they forced him out of office, pretty much. Let's see here. So, Menazir, whatever his name is, emphasized that the event could open dialogues on how Harris's administration might support the crypto sector and improve access to capital, particularly for people of color. Divide and conquer. Remember that. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Just remember that. Why does it have to be towards people of color? Why can't it just be towards everybody? Right? We're all in this together. Why does it have to be towards, a certain, like, I don't know. These people, bro, divide and conquer. So the crypto industry has faced significant regulatory challenges under Biden administration, with the U.S. Securities and Exchange taking enforcement actions against major firms for alleged security law violations. In response, prominent companies like Coinbase, Ripple have spent a combined $120 million in 2024 to influence the election through super political action committees such as Fairshake, which is actively opposed Harris's Democratic Party. The Harris campaign has showed some engagement with the crypto industry, holding meetings with industry executives in August and previously in July. As a Democratic National Convention, Harris senior campaign advisor Brian Nelson indicated that Harris would support policies fostering the growth of emerging technologies. So I'm just going to put a pause here. Me personally, I try not to give my political view. We try not to get political here. I think what I can say for the most of us is, whoever gets in office, let's just hope that they're that they want to see crypto grow. I think, with my opinion, if we can get a lot of governments behind Bitcoin and the crypto industry and get, regulations on crypto and make it a safer space, I think a lot of money will come in. And also, it could help the economies as well, right? That's my opinion. Instead of coming after it and trying to attack crypto, we just saw an article last week. Gary Gensler has filed a lawsuit against OpenSea for NFTs. And remember, Gary Gensler works for this administration that Kamala Harris is in right now. I think a lot of people forget that she's in office right now, right? So it's a little odd when you have a candidate that's in office right now running on changing the problems that we have right now. It's just, it's odd, right? So, I mean, like I said, without getting political, because I'm sure you guys already kind of understand where I'm at, but I just hope that whoever does get in office, holds their word, holds their weight, and really tries to build the community, the crypto community, right? Because at the end of the day, I think that it's here to stay. They're not going to get rid of it. But if we do have some turmoil, or we do have the government negatively coming after crypto, it's going to be nothing but heartache for the crypto industry, right? So we don't want to see that. We definitely don't want to see that. Let's jump into crypto spaces. Instead of getting all political, let's just jump into crypto spaces. Real quick, guys, while you guys are here, make sure you guys slap those likes. Hit those likes for me, please. Let's jump into some crypto spaces. So, feel like we've been looking at this chart every day for the last 5 days. Shout out to Crypto Rover for posting it every single day now. So you guys can see right now, a lot of people are calling for September to be, a difficult month, right? A difficult month. Me personally, obviously we don't know, right? It could be, it's up in the air as of right now. We saw August close out in the red, right? If you look, historically speaking, September's usually not the best month for crypto, right? It's usually not the best month for crypto. Usually, if we're in the middle of a bull run, towards the end of the year is usually our best time of the year, the last quarter, right? October, Pumptober, November, and December usually are our solid months where we see a lot of growth in the market. Usually, I don't think this is what our case is, but usually if you go back to 2021, that's where we topped out, right? That's where we topped out, is back in the end of the year, pretty much. So we'll see how this plays out, as far as September and moving on for the rest of the year. But we could see a little bit of turmoil this year. But what's crazy is everybody's calling for a red September, right? It's just you look at it, it's historically what has happened, right? I bet you it's going to be the complete opposite, and we'll see a green September, right? I'm going to call it now, just because everybody's calling for a red September. I'm going to say that we're most likely going to see some kind of a green. Ricky, what's going on, bro? Ricky said, are you feeling red this month? I don't know, bro. Like I said, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go against the grain and say that we're probably going to see a green September. That's what I'm running with, but we'll see how this plays out. Obviously, we're only day 2 in September, but day 2 in September, and we're technically up already right now, if you think about it. So we'll see. Everyone in crypto right now, let's start this over here.
Fuck crypto. You don't need the anxiety. Before you bought the bullshit fantasy coin, your life was good. But then you made some money and became greedy. Now the bullshit coin is fucked. And nobody can tell you when it is going to be unfucked. Even the motherfucker who convinced you to buy the bullshit coin, who told you that it is going to be the next big thing, that motherfucker is nowhere to be found. You are on your own. And all you can do is cry about it in the shower. And hope and believe that your bullshit coin will go up in price again. So that you can sell it and make some money and buy some more. And then get fucked all over again. That is crypto. Fuck crypto.
That's hilarious. Who's feeling like this right now, right? That's hilarious. Let's see what this chart is. So global liquidity index. Let's see if we can see here another one from Crypto Rover. So global liquidity index. Let's see here. 2020, 22, 24. See, the only thing is like with this chart, I'm guessing that they're indicating, I guess if you look back, the last bull run, the global liquidity was up, right? So right now, global liquidity, as we've gone into 2024, is starting to spike, right? So it looks like they're calling for some kind of a swing, which it looks like it's pretty much been going through for the last 26 or 24 years, right? So with that being said, you guys can see that with some of these charts, you know, global liquidity is pointing towards the upside. If we do see that possibly happen, could play out like 2021, where we were definitely at the top of the bull run. So Crypto Rover coming through with the knowledge here. Shout out to Crypto Rover. So September is historically a bad month is what he said, but don't be worried. The bull market will start after. And this is a pretty cool little chart. So what they did was they basically screen captured each run back 2020, 22, and 23, starting in 23, right? So you can see how September usually is a bad month, and then we've gone on a run. September, bad month, gone on a run. September, bad month. This was in 2023 when we came out of a bear market, went on a run. Now, what I'm guessing we're indicating is that September is possibly a bad, we see a bad month, possibly, and then we will see a big run after. So, yeah, remember, this is all based off of historical charts, right? Things can change, but looking at these charts, I think what they're trying to do is just keep you keep the bullishness running, right? Because right now, like I told you guys, for the most part, it's a mental thing right now, where we're up maybe one day and then we're down 4 more days. We're up one day and then we're down 4 more days. It starts to get to you, and I think all of us, it just starts to get to a lot of us, right? Where we're just like, shit, what is going on here, right? How much longer? This is water. I have not started drinking yet. And another chart here. This is why I love Twitter. I love X in regards to like crypto, because they give, you go here, and if it's bad, it's going to be bad, right? There's no other way of looking at it. But a lot of these analysts, a lot of these guys that have been in crypto for a very while, they generate these charts to show that, yeah, things are bad right now, but it's been like that, through other bull runs. But look what happens after you get past, all this, downward movement or sideways action. You usually move towards the upside, right? And this chart's indicating that, where it's looking at, it has the 100-day and the 200-day moving average, right? And it looks like we're indicating some kind of a golden cross possibly forming, right? And with that being said, a nice move towards the upside, right? This chart right here is calling for something around Bitcoin coming around $150,000, $160,000 as in the next year, right? This isn't, in the next week or two, but then in the next year. So I like looking at these stuff because it kind of just reminds you that, right now when you're zoomed in on the charts, it looks bad. But when you actually look back and you look at the last 5-10 years of a lot of these bull runs, and you look at what happened during these bull runs or right before these bull runs, you saw a lot of what we're seeing right now. So, you know what I just remembered, guys? I forgot to pull up Chadma asked if I can check out a certain project. My bad, bro. Let's pull that up real quick. What, bro? Come on. What is this? What kind of chart is this? He did say nothing but up. Oh my Lord. Look at the buy tax, 10%. Sell tax, 15%. Oof. Pretty pricey. I don't know, bro. I don't like this chart. He said all liquidity management. All right. But why is this chart, dude? Like, this chart is so odd looking. It's just, this looks very odd. I mean, liquidity looks solid. It's over 200,000. It's been out for about a little over 3 weeks. There's a couple things. AI liquidity management. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be negative with the project whatsoever. I'm not trying to be negative with the project. It's just this chart, when just like someone like just walks up to this chart and looks at it, it looks a little odd, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. It looks a little odd, right? Like, you see these spikes either towards the up or to the down, and then it's just like a freaking, a solid line moving towards the up and to the right, right? So it just looks a little odd, but I don't know what to say about this, bro. Just a very odd chart. I mean, I don't even know if you could do any kind of a fib retracement on this. So he said check the website. The price is held in a range. All right, bro. We'll click into the website. We'll give you a little bit of your time, bro. Appreciate the super chat. So, Colossus Protocol is a brand new DeFi offering where the token trends upward while generating over. Okay, so that makes sense. That kind of explains it. So Colossus is a revelatory DeFi ecosystem leveraging smart contracts, liquidity management, and off-chain bot support. Deliver a consistent 1% daily yield to holders. 1% daily price increase, passive income, bonding mechanism, AI driven. I mean, it sounds great. It really does. And I know, AI is not a bad move, as far as like any kind of AI integrated into any kind of project whatsoever. So with me personally, and I understand that Chadma, appreciate you bringing this up, looking out for everybody that's on the channel. Me personally, I have to say that, my opinion, I don't like usually these projects that promote, where you buy in and you stake it, or you some kind of a reward system, right? Because a lot of times they start off really well, and they can't sustain themselves over a long-term time, right? And usually they'll end up, just not making it. So I'm not saying that this is going to happen for this project whatsoever, right? Not at all. I'm just saying, historically speaking, looking at a lot of these projects, that these protocol projects that have come and gone, usually they just can't sustain providing the rewards daily. Now, this one's only a 1% day. I'm 1% per day. So it's not like it's this massive, like they're promising you some kind of like 100% ABY or anything like that. So 1%, possibly they could sustain that, as long as they basically get investors to keep coming in, right? So project doesn't look bad. If this is something that you guys are interested in looking at, it is trading on base. And you guys, base I think is a solid ecosystem. So you guys can see, as of the last 24 days since this thing has dropped, it has steadily moved up to the right. So I wonder how they're sustaining that. I can see. So they're basically, it looks like are they just adding liquidity? That's all it looks like. It's just solid liquidity being added. I don't know. Oh, I see what he's saying. So Chadma said the project is being sustained through bots, like trading. Bots on Telegram, exclusive Meb bots, not a shill, just having a look. Yeah, listen, Chadma. Listen, bro. I'm not trying to discourage anybody. Listen. It sounds good. It sounds good on paper. I hope it. It does good. Honestly, it sounds good. I think that bot trading. We actually covered this. The bot trading, specifically on Solana. We covered this last week, and the bot trading for just 2024, they've already, out of everything on Solana, they've already accumulated over $300 million strictly through bot trading, right? Through the bot programs and whatever the hell. So, bot trading is here to stay. It's definitely very successful. So, if you're having a freaking actual token that's literally being ran and sustained off of bot trading, might not be a bad idea, right? Might not be a bad idea. And you can clearly see that the price has been moving to the up, right? So, definitely, I'm definitely not negative against the project. When I first glanced at it, looking at a project like this just looks artificial, right? Artificial intelligence. Yeah, it looks promising. The Telegram and Discord have been helpful for me to learn. Hell yeah, bro. So listen, I'm definitely not going to promote the project, but we definitely looked at it. If anybody is interested in looking at this project, do your own research. Make sure this is something that looks interesting and something. Don't go crazy, but check it out. And like he said, they have looks like they have a solid team in their Discord and stuff like that. So Colossus being traded on base. So check it out. Definitely doesn't look, terrible. I like the plan. I do like the plan. I really do. So, thank you again for the super chat, brother. Good luck with that. Let's actually look at some DeFi plays right now. I was honestly, before the stream, guys, I was going to fold and just say, you know what, screw it, and just buy a bag of call. I was like, you know what, I feel like I've had liquidity sitting on the side, a bunch of crow sitting on the side, and I'm like, bro, I'm about to just buy in on call, and just, if it goes down, it goes down, but just let it sit there, right? Because I'm kind of just, I don't want to monitor this anymore. It's at a good price range. Market cap has dropped down like crazy. What do you guys think? Should I wait and have more patience? Or should I jump in right now? What do you guys think? Let's look at here. So, September is a worth month for Bitcoin. Will history repeat? What year is this? What are we looking at here? Bitcoin's monthly returns. What year is this, though? Like, confused. Uh-oh, here's Red Rum. What's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? Talk to me. Let's pull up Milady. Let's pull her up. Ricky says, I battle the same demons daily. When I finally decide to buy, it dumps. Right? So, Ricky, you know what I should do? Is just like put a little bit of money in there. I'm like, that's all I have. Put it in there. And then it dumps. I'm like, ha ha ha, got him. And then buy the dip. Red Rum said, I have 23 billion left out. I keep buying this damn coin. Don't, bro. That's a solid bag. Solid bag. Red Rum, like I was telling everybody, I think in the members only stream yesterday, you know, I think that and this is just me, my opinion, but I think if you're investing in money or using money to invest that you don't need anytime soon, and you can let patience play itself out, dude, I think my opinion, right? Not financial advice, but I think my opinion, you're going to do really well, bro. You're going to have to go through this right here, this heartache, right? Your emotions being played with, you know? But eventually, for me personally, it's always played out really well as long as you let patience play out, right? You get all, emotionally upset and you're just like, I can't take it anymore. And you go and sell off for a loss. That's really going to kill you because you know for a fact that we are going to go back up, start running. We just don't have a time frame. And that was the biggest thing yesterday. Sorry, my nose is like dry, so I'm like, that was the biggest thing yesterday for our members only stream was that I kept saying, I'm like, we don't have, the one thing that we don't know is the time frame, right, of when we're going to start rallying up again. But we know it's going to happen, right? We know it's going to happen, but it could be this week. It could be 6 months down the road. We don't know when, right? And I think that's what's killing everybody. So have patience, bro. I mean, right now, I was even pointing out, like, for Milady and for Myro, right now the market caps are just so friggin' tempting. Right now, the market cap, $56 million, bro. So small for this particular project, right? The upside is going to be, it's going to be insane, bro, when we start rallying. Insane, right? And the same thing for Myro. I've been accumulating Myro. And it's somewhere around, this one's at around 62. So it's not as far down as Milady, but it's somewhere around there. So. Red Rum said almost 5K invested. I know, bro. Patience, bro. I don't want you coming in here telling me that you sold for a loss. I mean, that's not financial advice, but I want to hear your story, bro. 6 months down the road, a year down the road that you freaking held and that you ended up making out, no diddy, but doing really well, right? Turning that $5,000 in 10x, 20x, Red Rum said, I still love you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, bro. We're going to make it through. We're going to get through this. I promise. We are. But we could have, a little bit more pain, right? There could be more pain ahead of us. So just mentally prepare yourself. Ricky said, this is the first time I'm down on call. Well, you better be ready, bro, because I'm about to put a buy in. And just like you said, it's going to happen, right? They're watching the channel right now. And they're just like, hold on, he's going to buy in. Just wait. Did he buy? He bought in. All right, dump it. The thing's going to go all the way down to here. I think we saw this chart already. A cup and handle pattern is still in play. We saw that. Let's see what this is. Nope. Gotta watch out. Lark. This is Red Rum right now. Bye, Milady. Wait, I thought they just said that Kamala was leading in the polls. What's going on here? This is why I tell you guys, those polls, even if the polls are saying, like, even this right here, I don't believe this crap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the only polls that we are going to believe is the day that we all go and vote. And I don't care what political party you are affiliated with. Get out there and vote. This is on Polymarket, though. You can see 50% for Trump, 47% for Harris. Polymarket is a little bit more pro-crypto, and we know that right now, majority of the crypto market's going towards, obviously, with Trump for right now. Pretty much the same stuff going on Twitter. So, but you know, some of those charts hopefully provide some kind of hopium for everybody, because like I said, guys, we might have some more pain. A lot of people are calling for a red September, but if we do see a red September and we see some more drops, me personally am taking advantage of them. Definitely going to take advantage of them. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to let you guys go out, enjoy your Labor Day. I mean, it's not really the weekend anymore. It's just Labor Day. Tomorrow, the markets will open up. If you guys missed the beginning of the stream, go watch it. We were talking about all the numbers that are going to be coming out this week. We could have, you know, up and down weeks, some volatility. We do have, I mean, every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all big macro numbers coming out for the economy and stuff like that. So, going to be a big week. Could see some volatility up and down. So, just prepare yourselves emotionally, right? Take advantage of those dips if you're able to, not financial advice. Other than that, enjoy yourselves today. Have a great, safe day. We will be back tomorrow on our normal schedule, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Hope you guys have a great day, okay? See ya.